Hello everyone, welcome to another episode in my reflection series. In late August this year, we went to Zadar, which is a city or a town in Croatia. It is a very popular tourist destination. It's along the Adriatic coast, and it's a very beautiful, quaint little place. We chose the end of August because June, July, August is usually the school holiday period in Europe, and such places are always very crowded. As you could see in the video, even late August was also crowded, but we also wanted to get some level of the summer vibes. So there was a long weekend plus a couple of days of holiday we took, and we went there for just 3 days. And these are some moments from our journey there. So the video that you see now is our captures or glimpses from what is known as a Zadar Old Town, which is a small piece of land which is historically very rich, and a lot of invasions and other things have happened in this area. And it's a small piece of land jutting out into the Adriatic coast, and which is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It has been very beautifully preserved, and there is a gateway that you can take from the main city onto this old town, and you can walk around. Just spending time here is it's itself, you can say, therapeutic. And what you see is the same gateway that you take into the city. There are multiple entry points. We also took some island hopping. So there are several islands, small islands around the Zadar, and we took those as well, and ended our first day by just sitting along the coast looking at the setting sun on the Adriatic coast. I just fiddled with my camera, took some time lapse, and basically just took in the sun. And there is also a very interesting solar panel array which lights up in the night, and also a interesting modern day establishment called the ocean organ, sea organ, which makes sounds. We looked at all those, spent time very late into the night, and took our walk back to the modern day city, where we took a apartment for the 3 days. And as you can see, what the other end of this bridge is the old town. And then that day ended, and another important idea of us in this trip was to visit the Plitvice lakes, which are an exceptionally beautiful formation of 16 lakes, with 12 upper lakes and 4 lower lakes. And they are actually a single connected lakes of a original river, and they are separated by porous structure, limestone structure called travertines, which are formed by bacteria, algae, etc., which starts creating these pores in these structures, and you can see water pouring out from these travertines. And these lakes are especially famous for the bright blue, green, and other grey colors of the lake at different points in the national park, as you can see in the video. Even the camera couldn't capture the beauty of it, but still I wanted to show it here. It's a very well thought out tour in the national park. It gets very, very crowded in summer, as is evident from the ticket prices, because in summers the ticket prices can go up to 40 euros, and in winter during this time it is as low as 10 euros, but you don't get to see the greenery. You can see the crowd, people waiting in line to take snaps. We just bypassed them because we didn't want to take a snap in that waterfall, so we just walked. It's a long walk, and you can either go to the upper lake and trek to the lower lake, or go to the lower lake and trek to the upper lake. And you can see all these waterfalls are formed by the water trying to come from the upper regions to the lower regions through these porous travertines. And the colors of the lakes are also created by the microorganisms in the water, as well as the play of light, as always. And depending on the level of microorganisms present at any given time, the colors change as well. And you can see several aerial shots in YouTube as well, showing the beauty of these lakes. This is just through our eyes and through our narration. So we were there for like only 3 days, and one full day we dedicated. We were there in Croatia for only 3 days, and one day fully we dedicated to Plitvice lakes, because it takes time to peacefully go through the national park and take in all its beauty. We were almost sure that this would be most likely the first and last time in our lives we would be visiting it, so we wanted to take time and soak in the beauty of the lakes. I took very less number of videos, and in the hope that maybe we could create a video memory for even us to go back to. This is that, and also maybe share my reflections from the place. Both in Zadar as well as in Plitvice, what I noticed, as I noticed in many of the places in Europe, is everything is very well structured. The tour is very well structured, and all the paths and all support structures for people taking the trek are made in an eco-friendly manner. You would not see anything plastic or even metal being built. Most of them would be from wood or anything. As you can see, this pathway, everything is either wood or stones, and very nicely laid out, that it, as much as possible, it soaks into the existing environment. Very less built up environment is made, and it's a repeated theme that I've been seeing. And being a bioengineering researcher, as also an engineer, it fascinates me how well they have been able to incorporate it without compromising on the tourist income. That's the thing. So after finishing the trek, we went back to Zadar. We just loved the sunset, so we again went and sat for more than 2 hours and enjoyed the sunset. Before we know it, it was time for us to go back. So we came back to Zagreb, the capital of Croatia, and then we had our flight in the early morning next day. So we had only few hours, so we just used the time to walk around and see. We were already quite tired, so we just used the time to just have a small quiet walk around Zagreb and see some of its most iconic monuments, such as this church, and take some glimpses, some photographs, and just walk around. And I think this funicular is the shortest funicular in Europe or even the world. I need to check that. So we took that ride, and then spent also some time in the modern Zagreb city, enjoyed the tram. I really like tram spotting, so I saw these blue trams, which is a signature of Zagreb. Spent some time, went back to our hotel rooms. That's it.